There are corners of the earth where survival isn't an option, and danger comes in forms you'd never expect. Places where stunning beauty hides deadly secrets, and even one wrong step could be your last. I'm talking about the 8 most dangerous places on the planet. And trust me, in 2025, you wouldn't last a moment in any of them. Number 1. Snake Island. Let's start with Snake Island, a place that should come with a "No Humans Allowed" sign for good reason. This island off the coast of São Paulo, Brazil, is home to 4,000 to 5,000 golden lancehead vipers. These snakes are so venomous their bite can liquefy human flesh. And believe me, that's not an exaggeration at all. And since the nearest hospital is hours away, a bite here basically seals your fate before you can even think about help. That's why Brazil has banned people from even setting foot there, no matter how daring or adventurous you are. And do you know these snakes there didn't just appear randomly? When the island was cut off from the mainland thousands of years ago, the vipers evolved ultra-potent venom to hunt birds landing there. Some legends say pirates released the snakes to guard treasure, but whatever the reason, it's now a death trap. Their venom isn't just deadly, it's 5 times stronger than their mainland cousins. Researchers only visit in full protective gear, and even then, it's a race against time. Number 2. Mount Sinabung. But if you thought Snake Island was the pinnacle of danger, think again. Because in North Sumatra, Indonesia, Mount Sinabung takes things to a whole new level. This volcano spent centuries pretending to be harmless, only to wake up in 2010 and start wreaking havoc. Its eruptions didn't just stop at scaring people. They destroyed lives, homes, and entire communities. Since then, Sinabung has been on a fiery rampage, erupting casually and making headlines every year. The worst part is how unpredictable it is. In 2014, it unleashed pyroclastic flows, burning clouds of gas and ash that can outrun a car and are hot enough to incinerate everything in their way. Villages vanished in minutes, leaving behind nothing but ash and rubble. And when Sinabung feels like showing off, it sends massive ash clouds thousands of feet into the sky, disrupting flights, choking crops, and turning everything in sight into a gray wasteland. Living anywhere near this volcano isn't survival. It's a gamble against nature's raw fury. Number 3. Lake Natron. And while speaking of places that could kill you just by existing, let's talk about Lake Natron in northern Tanzania. From a distance, this lake looks like something out of a dream. Shimmering red and pink waters, reflecting the sky like a massive mirror. But don't let the beauty fool you. This place is practically a death trap wrapped in pretty colors. The water here has a pH of up to 10.5 and can reach a toasty 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a natural mummification factory. Here's how it works. Birds and other unfortunate animals think the lake is a safe spot to land. But the high alkalinity, thanks to minerals from nearby volcanic activity, turns the water into something that's better at preserving creatures than a taxidermist. Animals that touch this water are literally turned into statues, preserved in creepy, calcified perfection. Photographer Nick Brandt captured this chilling reality in 2013, showing birds frozen mid-flight, their bodies hardened by the lake's lethal chemistry. But here's the twist. While most creatures can't survive this hostile environment, Lake Natron is also home to lesser flamingos, who thrive here. Nearly 75% of the world's population breeds at this lake, using the caustic waters as a defense against predators. For them, it's life, but for everyone else, it's a deadly no-go zone. Number 4. Lake Nyos. And if you thought Lake Natron was bad, meet its more sinister cousin, Lake Nyos in Cameroon. At first glance, it's the picture of calm. Crystal clear blue water surrounded by lush green hills. But don't let the postcard vibes fool you. This lake is a silent assassin. On the night of August 21st, 1986, Lake Nyos unleashed a deadly cloud of carbon dioxide that suffocated 1,746 people and over 3,500 animals in their sleep. What happened? Well, this lake sits on top of a volcanic time bomb. Carbon dioxide slowly builds up in its depths, trapped under immense pressure until something triggers it, like a landslide, a temperature shift. Or maybe the lake just deciding it's time to wreak havoc. On that night, over a cubic kilometer of gas exploded to the surface, rushing downhill at 60 miles per hour and wiping out everything in its path. Number 5. Danakil Desert. But hey, don't think deserts can't compete with snakes and lakes for sheer danger, because the Danakil Desert in Ethiopia is here to prove you wrong. This place isn't just hot, it's like stepping into an oven that forgot to turn off. Nicknamed the Gateway to Hell, the Danakil Desert sits in one of the lowest and hottest spots on Earth, with temperatures regularly hitting a toasty 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Toxic sulfur fumes fill the air, making breathing a risk in itself. For most, this landscape of salt flats, acid pools, and bubbling lava is a no-go zone. But for the Afar people, it's home, and even a workplace. There's Erda Ale, a volcano with a permanent lava lake that glows like nature's angriest nightlight. Temperatures there reach over 1,200 degrees Celsius, 2,192 degrees Fahrenheit. And standing near it isn't just about dodging heat. It's about avoiding the toxic fumes that could knock you out cold. Touch it, breathe it, or get too close, and it's game over. Even NASA uses this alien-looking terrain to prepare for studying Mars, because honestly, the Danakil is as close as Earth gets to another planet. My favorite spot is coming up next, but before we dive into those details, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's be honest, you're loving these jaw-dropping places you'd never dare to visit, aren't you? Number 6. Valley of Death. So now comes a place that takes danger to an entirely new level. The Valley of Death, hiding in the shadow of Russia's Kikpinich volcano on the Kamchatka Peninsula. At first glance, it's nothing extraordinary. Just a small stretch of land about 2 kilometers long and half a kilometer wide. But this unassuming valley has earned its grim name for good reason. For animals, it's a graveyard. For humans, it's a riddle wrapped in invisible danger. The story goes back to the 1930s, when hunters stumbled upon a scene straight out of a horror movie. The valley floor was scattered with animal carcasses, foxes, birds, even bears, all lying as if they'd just dropped dead mid-motion. Theories of curses and supernatural spirits ran wild, but science later uncovered the grim truth: volcanic gases. The dormant Kikpinich volcano leaks a deadly cocktail of hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide that's invisible, odorless, and heavier than oxygen. These gases hug the valley floor, silently suffocating anything that wanders in. Animals, unaware of the danger, collapse within minutes. Number 7. Yemen. Sometimes the greatest dangers aren't from nature, they're created by us. Yemen is a heartbreaking example. Once known as Happy Arabia for its beauty and culture, it's now one of the most dangerous places in the world. Since 2014, a brutal civil war has turned cities to rubble and left millions fighting just to survive. By 2025, over 21 million people, nearly 70% of the population, are trapped in a nightmare of war, hunger, and disease. The situation is nothing short of devastating. The Houthi rebels hold large parts of the country, while a Saudi-led coalition backs the government. Airstrikes hit everything from markets to schools to hospitals, leaving no place safe. In 2021, an airstrike on a detention center killed 80 people, including aid workers, a horrifying event that's become all too common in Yemen. Number 8. Haiti. And talking about land, let's not forget about Haiti either. Once celebrated for its vibrant culture and stunning Caribbean landscapes, has become a paradox. Beauty cloaked in turmoil. Port-au-Prince, the nation's capital, isn't ruled by the government anymore. It's under the grip of gangs. These groups have turned neighborhoods into battlegrounds, with kidnappings and shootouts becoming as common as sunrise. In 2022 alone, over 1,200 reported abductions shook the nation, and the ransom demands left families scrambling to pay, often losing everything in the process. The disasters don't stop there. Haiti sits on a tectonic time bomb, and when it explodes, the results are catastrophic. The 2010 earthquake killed over 230,000 people and displaced millions, reducing much of the capital to rubble. Recovery efforts were slow, marred by corruption, and left scars that still dominate the landscape. Then, as if to remind everyone of its volatility, another massive quake hit in 2021, flattening communities and leaving thousands homeless.